12 signs she's turned on how to tell a woman is horny that moment she touches her collarbone mid-conversation. It wasn't innocent. That wasn't just talking, it was body language under pressure. Turned on. Women don't confess, they adjust. We shift, we fidget, we try not to make it obvious, but sometimes it leaks through anyway. Our breathing changes, our voice gets softer, then sharper. Our focus collapses into you like gravity. And if you're not the kind of man who notices the details, you'll never realize how close you were. Most men wait for words, but we don't say it. We show it. Quietly, reluctantly, and once you've missed the cue, we recalibrate. Welcome to Bond Chronicle, your go-to channel for real, relatable advice on navigating the complexities of love and relationships. Now here's what most men completely overlook. Female arousal is discreet, not silent. It doesn't knock on the door with words. It seeps in through glances, through posture, through how we react, when the air around you shifts. And yes, there are 12 very specific signs she's feeling that kind of way, even if her mouth says nothing at all. Let's begin, where most men miss it, right at the surface. Sign 1. She'll look you up and down. What most men tend to overlook is the scan. You think she's glancing around the room, being polite or distracted. No. That slow drift of her eyes from your face to your chest down to your shoes and back up again, that's not a glance. It's a full system evaluation. She's not checking what brand you're wearing. She's absorbing the essence of how you show up, how you carry yourself, how effortless your grooming looks, whether your energy feels composed or chaotic. And when she does it twice, that's not absent-mindedness. It's interest. Double-checking itself. Quiet, subtle, calculated. We're not taught to make it obvious. Women rarely ogle, but we do assess. So if you're too focused on how you're performing in the moment, you'll miss the fact that she already noticed you long before you finished your sentence. Learn to read the look back, because once she's locked in, you're no longer a stranger. Your potential sign 2, she'll blush around you. There's a moment, quiet but unmistakable, when the blood rushes to our face and betrays what words won't. Most men think a woman blushing is either embarrassment or some harmless compliment landing too well. It's deeper, more primal. Blushing is the body's way of saying, this moment means something, and it often means attraction mixed with tension, not the nervous kind, but the kind that's starting to stretch between you two, like a rubber band about to snap. So when she gets visibly flushed mid-conversation, especially when you didn't say anything particularly funny or shocking, that's not just shyness, that's chemistry, simmering just beneath her skin. And if she tries to hide it, maybe tucks her hair or glances down, that's the confirmation, because we only try to mask the feelings we don't want fully seen yet. Ignore it and the window closes. Recognize it, and you're suddenly speaking a language most men never even learn exists. Sign 3, she'll touch you a lot more often. When a woman keeps touching you, most men write it off as friendliness or worse. They start comparing. But she hugs everyone, or she's just a touchy person. No, that's how you miss it. When we're turned on, proximity becomes an itch, and touch becomes how we scratch it without fully crossing the line. It's subtle but intentional. A tap on your forearm while laughing, fixing a non-existent wrinkle on your sleeve, placing a hand on your back as we pass behind you. These aren't accidents. It's pacing. It's presence. It's us giving you tiny invitations, asking, do you feel it too? And if you don't respond, maybe with a return touch or even a pause to acknowledge the moment, we retreat fast. Because in that moment, you either affirm the energy or cancel it. That's how women read feedback. Touch is not just about contact, it's about clarity. Ignore it and the signal goes cold. Sign 4. The tone of her voice will change. Most men only hear the words, but when a woman's turned on, the real message is in how she says them. Our voices soften not because we're shy, but because something in your presence makes us want to draw you in. The pitch lowers, the pace slows. It's like the conversation becomes velvet. That tone shift, it's not just coincidence. It's arousal slipping through the seams of normal speech. A woman might laugh a little less loud, speak with more intention, and punctuate her words with silences that aren't awkward but charged. You'll feel it before you name it, the way she suddenly sounds like every word is only meant for you. If you're sharp, you'll adjust, mirror it, respond to the rhythm instead of the topic. Because when we shift our tone, it means we're not just talking anymore. We're building something. And the worst mistake? Missing the music behind the message. Sign 5. She'll gush about the way you look. Here's where most men get it wrong. They downplay compliments. You hear her say, "You always smell amazing," and your instinct is to wave it off or crack a joke. But when a woman makes specific remarks about your appearance, your scent, your watch, the way your shirt fits across your shoulders, it's not small talk, it's soft pursuit. We rarely say, "I want you." What we do say is, "That color looks so good on you," or "You always look sharp." That's our way of easing the door open. We're testing the current, and if you meet it with dismissiveness, you short-circuit the signal. Instead, lean into it, confidently, not cockily. Smile, thank us, let the moment land. Because compliments from women aren't about vanity. They're our safe way of expressing what we feel without risking embarrassment. And if you let it pass like background noise, most of the moment closes quietly sometimes for good sign 6. She'll dress up in sexy outfits. One of the most misread cues in male-female dynamics is effort. In appearance, a woman shows up looking exceptional, and men assume it's random. Let's clear that up. Sexy doesn't mean revealing. It means intentional. If she suddenly trades her neutral tone makeup for bold lips, if her dress hugs her silhouette more closely than usual, or she's wearing heels when flats would have made sense, understand that outfit isn't for the weather or the calendar. It's a signal she's creating presence, and not for the world, for you. The neckline, the texture, even her perfume, all curated, all chosen with one thing in mind: whether you'll notice. And when you do compliment her, don't be vague, be precise. Say, "That color on you is dangerous," or "You know exactly what you're doing in that outfit." Because when we put in that kind of effort, we're not hiding it. We're hoping the right man sees it and responds. Not like the others, but with taste. Sign 7, she'll make a lot of innuendos. Most men hear the line, "You're trouble," and smile like it's just banter. But if a woman says that, and she's not saying it to everyone, it's not banter, it's a test. Playful innuendos are how we check if you're attuned. We won't say we're turned on, but we will drop coded lines like, "Don't tempt me," or "I probably shouldn't be telling you this." And here's the twist. If we laugh after saying it, we're not walking it back. We're giving you plausible deniability. So you can either rise to the moment or ruin it by acting awkward or unsure. The right response isn't crudeness, it's confidence, a smirk, a knowing look. Something that tells us you got the signal and you can handle it. Because what we're really asking is this: are you exciting enough to flirt with, but grounded enough to trust? Fail that balance, and the game ends quietly. Pass it, and everything gets more interesting. Sign 8. She'll look at your lips when you talk. There's a specific kind of eye contact that's louder than words, and it happens when her gaze drifts to your lips. Not once, but often. Don't mistake it for distraction. We're not zoning out, we're zoning in. The mouth represents connection, speech, intimacy, and when we're turned on, our focus narrows down to the exact thing we want. That's why her eyes bounce from your eyes to your lips, especially when you're close or when you say something that hits a nerve in the best way. This isn't a coincidence, it's internal desire creeping outward, and the smartest men don't speak faster to fill the space. They slow down, lower their tone, they allow the tension to breathe. Because if you meet that gaze with intention, not pressure, you tell us you're aware of the moment without making it awkward. And that's when everything shifts. Because now it's not just talking, it's polyd sign. 9, she'll make out with you. There's a difference between a kiss and a makeout session, and if you think they carry the same meaning, you're missing the entire signal. When a woman leans in first, deepens the kiss, and lingers longer than needed, it's not affection, it's access. She's not just connecting with you, she's allowing intimacy to build in layers. Her breathing changes, her hands become more intentional. She leans in, not out. That's not random, it's readiness. But here's what most men get wrong. They treat that moment like a green light to rush, slow down, respect the pace. The intensity isn't a cue to escalate, it's a cue to read. When we pause mid-kiss, we're not withdrawing, we're waiting, seeing if you're the type who reacts with pressure or presence. And if you get that part wrong, the moment closes fast. But if you get it right, everything that comes next is earned, not assumed. Sign 10, she'll arch her back when you kiss. If you've ever kissed a woman and felt her arch into your chest, forward, shoulders back, it wasn't coincidence. That wasn't just chemistry. That was trust under tension. The arch is primal. It's not something we choreograph. It exposes the most vulnerable parts of us, our chest, our neck, even our stomach. It's our nervous system opening the gates, not our mind making a move. So when she does that during a kiss, don't rush past it. Don't take it for granted. Recognize what it means. She's not just turned on. She's feeling safe in that arousal and that kind of vulnerability. It's rare. It's real. It's not something we give to just anyone. It means you've created a moment where instinct and emotion align. And when that happens, your response determines whether we stay open or snap shut. Sign 11. Her breathing will speed up. Most men are too focused on what's being said to notice what's being felt in the breath. That's where it all leaks out. A woman's breathing changes when desire kicks in. It becomes shallow, faster. Not because she's anxious, but because her body is preparing for something more intimate. That's biology, not guesswork. If you say something in a low-grounded tone and notice she inhales sharper, or her chest starts rising quicker, while you're still speaking, that's your cue. Now pair that with flush, skin fidgeting, or subtle touches to her hair or face. That's a chemical chain reaction. It's her nervous system warming up. But if you ignore it, rush past it, or misread it as nerves, you miss the entire doorway, because arousal doesn't always come in words. Sometimes it arrives in breath, and you either catch it or lose it without knowing you had it. Sign 12. She says she's ready to take things to the next level. When a woman says she's ready, that's not a spontaneous decision. It's a conclusion. One she's arrived at slowly, carefully, after observing everything. Most men either act overly excited or freeze up, like it came out of nowhere. But understand this, those words are the product of emotional safety needed. Trust and desire lining up. She's not just giving permission, she's revealing confidence in you. That's not small, that's monumental. And what she needs in return isn't performance, it's presence. A calm, respectful confirmation that you're aligned. Not just physically, but mentally. Because when a woman says, "I'm ready," she's not just handing you her body, she's handing you her judgment. And the men who fumble that moment, they don't lose her interest, they lose her respect. Pace it well, and she'll give more than the green light. She'll give you the entire road ahead. If you're still watching, type 1, notice the details in the comments so we know you're one of the sharp ones. The ones who never miss a signal again. Bonus point, she tries to extend the night. What slips past most men is time. How she stretches it, slows it subtly, refuses to let the moment end. If she's lingering after the bill's been paid, if she says, "Let's just sit a little longer," or "I don't feel like going home just yet," that's not boredom, that's intimacy in disguise. We don't prolong the night with men we're indifferent about. We don't seek more time unless being around you is activating something we don't want to shut off just yet. This is the softest, safest form of invitation. One that isn't loud. One that doesn't require taking your hand. It just waits to see if you notice. And to you who made it to this point, this is your moment of recognition. You're part of the Bond Chronicle community, the ones who actually get it. This bonus wasn't for everyone. It was for you. Let's quickly recap. She'll look you up and down. She'll blush around you. She'll touch you more often. Her voice tone changes. She compliments your looks. She dresses up more. She makes innuendos. She watches your lips. She makes out with you. She arches her back. Her breathing speeds up. She tells you directly. Bonus. She tries to extend the night. If this video gave you real value, like it too. Support our growth and help more men find it. Subscribe to Bond Chronicle for daily insights like this and share this video with someone who needs to see it. Thank you for watching. There's a video on your screen right now we handpicked just for you. It's the next step in your journey. We'll see you again.